Yeah. Solid Hill TDS, what's up? Yeah, come on. I.O.W. Sports Network, late night edition. Let's go. Come on.
We about to raise the bar. Wild card mark. Everybody grab a seat, cause you know we about to spark. Late night sports talk. Modelo Le Cigar. Man, you don't wanna start. Wild card mark. We about to raise the bar. Wild card mark. Everybody grab a seat, cause you know we about to spark. Late night sports talk. Modelo Le Cigar. Man, you don't wanna start. Wild card mark. Hey. L Boogie with the hot flame, ashtray full of top names, little tree for your membrane. This the 9-hour time frame. I just snatched up a 6-pack, got my hands on a lid pack, whipping up a little batch of snacks. Yeah, man, I think I'm all set. Late night, can't sleep, go ahead and just tap in. Better grab you a cold one, and we about to get some laps in. Wild card on the microphone, he'll hit you with a couple flurries. Y'all need to just strap in for some entertainment sports commentary. We about to raise the bar. Wild card mark. Everybody grab a seat, cause you know we about to spark. Late night sports talk. Modelo Le Cigar. Man, you don't wanna start. Wild card mark. We about to raise the bar. Wild card mark.
There we are. I don't know why they ain't be doing that thing. Anyway. How's it going? How's it going? I know late start, but hey, I'm still going to give y'all an episode. All right, still going to give y'all an episode. What's going on? It's your man, Wildcard Mark, in the building. Feeling good, feeling great, feeling good. I hope you are too. Hope you're having a wonderful Taco Tuesday. Shout out to Brian. Taco Tuesday. No, hope everybody's having a fantastic Tuesday. You see the headlines, obviously, you know, Mr. Aaron Rodgers. Mr. Aaron Rodgers is in Pittsburgh. We'll talk about that. We'll talk about the Shemar Stewart situation, some other holdouts, some other contract, situations that I think people need to be paying attention to. We'll talk about that. But I want to start right here because first of all, let's do what we came here to do first. All right, y'all. Y'all know what we came here to do. All right. We gotta have that wild play. Unfortunately, it was against my team. All right. But credit goes where it needs to go. All right. Credit goes where it needs to go. This young man, well, he's not necessarily a young man, but this fella right here, man, he's good. He is good. So, yeah, ladies and gentlemen, y'all know what it is. That wild play of the night. All rise.
Aaron Judge taking the show on the road. 2 home runs. Part of a 3-hit Sunday night at the stadium. Now batting .396 on the year. Leading all of Major League Baseball. 23 homers, 55 driven in. Cameron's next pitch. Missed upstairs. So Reagan's already returned. Michael Lorenzen back as well. There's talks about him maybe moving to the bullpen just so Noah Cameron can stay up here with the big club. 2-0. Swing and a deep blast way out into left field. Judge can't stop, won't stop. Why would he? 2-run jack in the first. 2-0 Yankees. Unbelievable.
Did you see it land? Where did that ball go?
Way past the Royals Hall of Fame.
My goodness.
Home run number 24 for Aaron Judge. It's 2-0 Yankees.
I mean, there are home runs, they're blasts, and then there's that. That is just a moonshot. You can tell by looking at his face. Did you get it? Yeah, I got all of that one. Yeah, you did, Aaron Judge.
My gosh.
118 miles an hour up the bat. 469 feet. I've never seen one hit up there at the K here at Royal Stadium.
Bellinger rolls it to India. 2 away. Let's go back to the home run. Judge telling Noah Cameron, there are levels to this. Aaron Judge taking the show on the road. 2 home runs.
So disrespectful. Aaron Judge is freaking good, but that was a moonshot. They say 469 feet. Those who don't understand it, that to hit a home run in Kauffman Stadium is no feat, especially when you play at that short field or short porch in Yankee Stadium. But yeah, man. I know there's always going to be the Ohtani Judge debate. You can't go wrong with either one of them. You really can't. You really can't. But damn, when you see moonshots like that, I can't help but to be impressed. It's damn good. It is damn good. Damn good. But that is our wild play of the night. It sucks that my team just really got land-based tonight. But the Yankees are good. They make you they wear you down, make you throw a lot of pitches and then wait for you to make the mistake, and then they put you over the fence. That's what happens. That is what happens. But let's take a quick listen to obviously because well, let's back up. All right. Shout out to Coco Gauff. Got won the French Open this past weekend. Phenomenal job by Coco Gauff. And we should be talking about Coco Gauff, right? We should be. Most whether podcasts or whatever, or anybody talking sports and they're talking about what happened at the French Open, they should be talking about Coco Gauff and should be giving her flowers and praise and all that. And hey, she earned it. She did the damn thing. But Aryna, I know I'm bad with names. Aryna Sabalenka, one of the top tennis players in the world. This is her second Grand Slam losing to Coco Gauff. And she had some interesting things to say post match. Let's take a listen to what Aryna Sabalenka had to say.
The conditions were terrible and she simply was better in these conditions than me. She won the match not because she played incredible, just because I made all of those mistakes from, like, if you look from the outside, kind of like from an easy balls. If Iga would win me another day, I think she would go out today and she would get the win. It just, yeah, it just hurts. Honestly, it hurts.
Yeah, that was one. There were some other things that Miss Sabalenka had to say. I'm gonna pull those up in just a second. But it was just we're talking about this because I just think it's let's listen to the other
2 weeks I played really tough matches, really incredible players, and I played definitely better level than in the final. It was really, honestly, the worst tennis I played in the last I don't know how many months, and the conditions were terrible and she simply was better in these conditions than me, and I think it was the worst final I ever played. Yeah, I mean, I think it's another tough final on the Grand Slam against Coco. Another terrible performance from me against Coco in the final, and I have to just kind of like step back and look at this from the perspective and try to finally learn the lesson, because I cannot go out there every time against her in the finals of the Grand Slam and play such terrible tennis and give those wins, not easily, but like emotionally, you know.
Interesting. And the reason why I find this interesting is because I remember a few years ago it was that MTV Movie Awards, and I guess Kanye was sipping a little bit too much Hennessy, and Taylor Swift won the awards, and he came and cut her off, and blase, oh, Beyonce this, she got robbed. I think this is not the same, obviously, disrespect, but it kind of feels to a sense where Sabalenka is sabotaging, or not sabotaging, but hijacking that moment that should have been about Coco. And I know Sabalenka probably didn't intend to do this, but now that the words have came out of her mouth, the media is going to take it, and here you go. Now you got this whole situation that should have just been avoided in general. Look, I know a lot of people are going to call her a sore loser and all that, and she is emotional. She looks like a hell of a sore loser. She looks like a hater. All right, I'm not. I don't know if there's if there's a language barrier, something. I don't know if that's causing some of the confusion. But for me, just hearing Sabalenka, I don't think she meant ill intent. She was emotional at that point in time. But let's be honest, you look like a hater. You look like a hater. You look like a sore loser. You do. And I don't think that's necessarily what she intended to do. But in this instance, she does. Because by her own words and her own account, this is now 2 losses in the Grand Slam to Coco, where she feels like she hasn't played good tennis. Okay. So again, y'all, I'm not a conspiracy theorist. I'm a dot connector. So, fool me once. Y'all know the saying, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. So this is now twice now that Coco has gotten you in a Grand Slam. This ain't Coco's fault. Like you said, this is on you. But now that you're saying this is now 2 losses, Grand Slam, not playing well, I'm starting to connect some dots that maybe Coco has something, not a hold on you, Sabalenka, but maybe she's just kind of being that little thorn in the side to you. Like you always kind of see in sports that one person that's a thorn in the side of somebody. You know what I'm saying? Like, for instance, my guy Patrick Mahomes, that's my guy. That's my dude. Who's just thorn in the side? Tom Brady. Unfortunately, Tom Brady's now retired. He can't do nothing about it. All right? He's gotten them twice in playoffs, AFC Championship game and a Super Bowl. He can hang that over Mahomes' head for the rest of his life. You never beat me, kid, when it mattered. Tom Brady can do that. He was the thorn in the side. All right? I mean, who else? What other analogy I could throw out there? Rodman. He was the thorn in the side to Karl Malone. See all the battles he would go up against. You know what I'm saying? Thorn in the side. There was that point in time, the Mamba killer, Kobe killer, Ruben Patterson. He used to, quote unquote, used to be able to shut Kobe down. We know that was a joke, but thorn in the side kind of guys. It's just one of those things where sometimes they just absolutely, for some reason, just have your number. Tom Brady to a whole bunch of quarterbacks in the AFC. Patrick Mahomes is a thorn in the side to Lamar Jackson, Joe Burrow, and Josh Allen. Thorn in the side. Just can't get past this team. Can't get past this guy. Something about this dude. He's just got my number. I just think right now, Coco Gauff is just your thorn in the side, and that's just what it is. But don't try to, downplay it. It is what it is. What you should do, if you're one of the top-ranked players in tennis, like you are, don't use the excuse of the conditions, because Coco Gauff had to battle the same conditions. It was an even playing field. Y'all on the same court, all right? So you can't use the conditions. Fact of the matter is, champions always persevere, regardless of what the situation is. All right. Maybe I'm used to something different in tennis. Maybe I'm used to Monica Seles. That was my girl. All right. I'm used to Serena Williams. That was my girl. Lindsay Davenport. That was my girl. All right. I'm used to just typical somebody dominating women's tennis for a certain amount of period till the next woman comes. That's what I'm used to. That's what I'm used to. And right now, ever since me personally, ever since Serena has stepped down from her throne, it's kind of like they're trying to find that next women's tennis player. I'm thinking Coco Gauff at the same time. My bad. To take that throne and run with it. Because everybody, that's just what we are in sports as fans. We need somebody to relate to the sport. We need somebody to be the face of that sport. And right now for women's tennis, I think you're still trying to find it post Serena. But what Sabalenka is doing, and that's not a good look if she's supposed to be one of your top female players and she's looking real haterish. Sometimes just chalk it up. Like I said, I don't know if that's a language barrier thing or situation like that, being from different countries where maybe us in America, we see things different. I guess certain unwritten rules and regulations. Maybe you don't say certain things like that. I don't know. I don't know if that's the cause. Point blank period. I just think it's just a bad look. Just a bad look. The optics are terribly bad on it. Just say, hey, I didn't play well. Credit goes to Coco. I just think you could have worded that different and not look like you came off, because now you come off looking like a hater. And that's not good. That's not good for you, especially if you're trying to be that quote unquote new face of women's tennis. Just my opinion. Just my opinion. All right. Just my opinion. All right. And so I really do feel like this was a Kanye West stealing Taylor Swift type of moment, sports wise. Oh, yeah, it had nothing to do with you. It was all me. Maybe playing against Coco brings some certain added pressure. And I get it. If you look at the numbers, yeah, she had a lot of unforced errors. Come on, man. Give credit when credit is due. If you didn't adjust to the conditions like you said you did, that sounds like a personal problem. Give credit to the person that did persevere. Yes, she played better than you. That's probably the only nice thing that came out of your mouth in that presser. She was able to handle the conditions better than me. That's probably the only nicest thing you said. I'm just used to, hey, give credit when credit is due, and then I'll talk about me and what I did and didn't do. But I'm not going to, downplay my opponent. They won, right? There's a winner, there's a loser. You can dissect how you got there to that end result, but at the end result in this situation, you lost. Take it like a champ, because there's probably been times that you won like a champ, so lose like a champ. I believe in that wholeheartedly. All right? You win. If you win, be modest about it, be happy about it. But you gotta have that same energy when you lose. Hey, it is what it is. Congrats to the winner. I'm just saying, you can't just, quote unquote, be professional when you win. You got to be professional when you lose too. Because you're not going to win everyone. That's just life. You're not going to win every moment. You're not going to win every day. You're not going to win every situation. Life is just like, sports. You want to win majority of the times, but you're not going to win everything. So you got to have that same energy. So I just think the reason why Sabalenka is getting a lot of backlash and a lot of her name getting talked about is because if you're supposed to be one of the quote unquote faces, top players, the optics of you looking like a hater, and it's just a bad look. Just a bad look. It looks real bad. But hey, again, I'm gonna end that segment with shout out to Coco Gauff because she did the damn thing. Only still 21 years old. So if she really wants to make a claim to being the face of women's tennis, she got time to do it. And now second Grand Slam. Hey, start racking them up. Start racking them up. If you ask me personally, I think women's tennis is looking for that face. That's just what us fans do. Fanatics, sports fanatics. All right. After Jordan, it was Kobe and LeBron for a minute, and after Kobe left, it was fully LeBron, and LeBron got sharing the stage with KD and Steph and a couple other cats, but for the most part, it was LeBron was the face. LeBron was the face. All right. Now that LeBron is about to fade out, Steph is getting up there in age. KD's getting up there in age. They're still looking for that face. Obviously, people can say Shea. They can say Ant. They're still looking for the face. Or who's gonna be that recognizable name and player post LeBron. That's what WTA is in right now. That's what they're in right now. You're in that transition phase of going from Serena stepping down from the throne, and somebody needs to take the reins and sit up there and be, you can sell that to all these different audiences, connections everywhere. She's getting her face out there. She's promoting our sport, blase, blase. Yeah, they need that. They need that. Coco, I think Coco Gauff could do it. She could do it. She could. She definitely could. But let's move on from Aryna Sabalenka. I know that was corny. That's my dad joke of the night. I'm a ride with it. All right, just let me live. Let me live. All right, that's just what I'm rocking with. My man Bobby G is in the building. Shout out to my brother. I hope all is well, my man. Yeah, my man Bobby G. Well, my mouse is acting all crazy. Okay, come on, mouse. I need to get my mouse under control. There we go. My man Bobby G, he's in the building. So shout out to him, man. Y'all make sure y'all tap in with us Thursdays, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard-ish for Audible Podcast Reaction on Fridays, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard-ish for Audible Podcast. So y'all tap in with me and Bobby G. But yeah, man, I just think that's just what it is with that whole situation. But again, Coco Gauff, you did that, boo-boo. You did that, Coco. Let's move on because I just think this whole situation right here, I'm going to play this for y'all real quick, y'all, because it's going to set up what we're talking about. And here's why. All right. Yeah, y'all remember this? Take a look at this.
Hey, man. What you doing?
I'm taking canned goods to school for the needy.
That's $2.89 worth of food. What you trying to do?
Forgot. Sorry. Why don't you call collect? That's what the guys in prison do.
Move!
Hello?
I have a collect call from.
Hey, everybody.
Hey.
I got a surprise. A Betamax.
Didn't they stop making those?
They sure did. That's how I got it for half off.
The only time my father ever brought something new home was when it was old to everybody else.
I asked for a sewing machine. What the hell is this?
A loom.
What is that?
A stove.
Well, if that's the stove.
You sure?
Like I told you for the 100th time, I'm pregnant. I thought you used a condom.
I did. Damn risky. I know you're not gonna throw that away. Eat that. That's 30 cents worth of oatmeal.
My father always knew what everything costs.
That's $1.09 in the trash. That's $2 on fire. That's 49 cents of spilt milk dripping all over my table. Somebody gonna drink this milk.
I'm sorry I ate the big piece of chicken.
That was 89 cents worth of chicken. What, you didn't get enough to eat at school? Unplug that clock, boy. You can't tell time when you sleep. It's 2 cents an hour. And you don't want me to go shopping.
My father figured out that the only food cheaper than generic food was damaged food.
Bring it up.
And instead of Oreos, Ginger Snaps, or Chips Ahoy, we got...
Cookie?
That's right, cookie. Not cookies, cookie. A big bag with one cookie in it.
Oh, Mama, can I have some cookies? Yeah, but...
I played that for a reason, y'all. If y'all don't remember that, that is Terry Crews, who played a character on Everybody Hates Chris. You know, no, you can't tell time when you sleep. Yeah. And the character Julius on Everybody Hates Chris is cheap. Cheap. All right. And that video displayed some of his cheap moments. And the reason why I played that is because Julius, who is played by Terry Crews, must be a real person, because he must be the owner of the Cincinnati Bengals, because this is getting ridiculous. The Cincinnati Bengals must be ran by the most cheapest of people, like a Julius, because ain't no way that this situation has gone on as far as it has. And I'm talking about that Shemar Stewart situation. First round pick. All right. Shout out my man Omar. My man Omar Ballin' Buds. Y'all tap in with bro. Literally, this is a damn shame with this Shemar Stewart situation. I mean, literally, it'd be one thing. It'd be one thing if they already weren't having, these type of situations and issues with the player like Trey Hendrickson, who's proven his worth to that team. But Shemar Stewart, he had enough. Finally opened up. He got about 3.5 minutes worth of interview. I'm gonna probably pause it and we'll kind of talk about it. But yeah, man, he finally sound off, and rightfully so. Let's take a listen.
I actually have no idea. I really don't know.
What have you been doing to stay locked in? And there's only so much that can replicate on the field reps, but what have you been doing to make sure that you're actually locked in when you're out there, knowing that you can't do anything?
I still go to meetings. I still study my playbook, taking on the right notes. And then whenever I get some free time, I go out to train at Black Sheep.
Is it fair to say at this point that you will not step foot on the practice field in practice until you're signed?
Yes.
How bad do you want to be on the field?
Very bad. I mean, I've been doing this for most of my whole life, and then all of a sudden it's gone over something very simple to fix. It's kind of disappointing.
Have they given you any answers as to why they're choosing this year and you to set a new precedent?
If I really wanted to say, I can't say what I really want to say.
He said, can't say what I really want to say.
It's their contract. They can do what they want with it.
He's no dummy.
How important is it for you, do you think, from a player standpoint, to be on the field for training camp?
It's very important. I mean, you got to get your body somewhat prepared to play football, especially me coming from college to the NFL is a way physical game, even though I play in SEC, which is very physical, but nothing compares to actually playing in the NFL. So I thought it'd be I thought I'd be on the field by now. That's what I would thought.
What if your representation, family, friends? Obviously, you've got to lean on a lot of people to kind of get through a difficult time like this. What have they been telling you to help you?
Just take it day by day. Pray to God. He's always gonna stand with me, no matter what. And just know you're doing the right thing. Like some people say, we all agree Trey will be right? But technically, he's still 1% wrong for being under contract. So, in my case, I'm 100% right. So it should be a no-brainer. And in Trey's case, I think it should be a no-brainer too. I mean, he led 17.5 sacks for 2 years back-to-back. If I was the GM or I was the owner, take all my money. But I guess they don't operate like that. But
Has this experience?
Okay, Shemar, yeah, no owner's going to operate like that. Take all my money. I get what you're saying, young man, but yeah, ain't no owner going to say take all my money. They are all cheap to a certain extent.
I talked to him the last time he was here, but other than that, no.
Has this experience soured your taste for the Bengals?
He paused.
I'm not gonna say that. I mean, I'm still new here. We still have a long future ahead of us.
What's your communication with Zach Taylor been like through this process?
We talk here and there.
Yeah.
Do you feel behind?
Mentally, no. Physically, kind of, sort of. Not really, though.
I think we kind of get the gist of the interview. But look, first and foremost, the fact that the Bengals are really making that much of a big deal about language, because all Shemar Shemar Stewart is looking for is just any other first round kind of contract that they gave to any other player. It's language, literally. That's all it is. He wants to be protected in case he is injured at whether OTAs or mini camp. So he's there, but he ain't doing nothing, standing around, looking at his teammates, And personally, I wouldn't show up. That's just me. All right, I don't want to play, but all right. And look, to his credit, he's still in meetings, learning verbiage, learning where to be at. And kudos to him. That's a smart guy right there. All right? He's better than me because I just be like, all right, I don't want to pay me. I won't show up. Cool. Still, I would probably do some stuff on the side, try to learn the system down, talk to your position coach, stay in touch with them. Hey, man, what are y'all practicing? What is this? What is that? Blase. Just being nosy until the money gets done right. Because here's the thing, man. I just don't understand how you just paid both your wide receivers crazy money, all right? You gave Burrow his money. I understand that they're pillars, quote unquote, you're pillars of your team, of your squad. I understand that. But it's 52 guys, 53 guys on that roster, and you only paid 3 of them? You only gonna pay that's it? How the hell how else you gonna fill out the rest of your roster? Huh? But this is the outcome of when your owners start being cheap like this. I mean, y'all was playing around with Jamar chasing his money. I didn't understand that. You pay that guy. Ooh. I mean, what are we doing in Cincinnati? I'm just going to say this real quick. You can throw all that money to your wide receiver group all you want. You can throw all your money to Joe Burrow. That's fine. You still ain't improved your offensive line. Your defense is going to be mediocre at best this year. You better hope you have a middle-of-the-pack defense. You had one of the worst defense last year. So let's be honest about this situation. That little window you had with Joe Burrow, I don't think it's even open no more. Yeah, I said it. Oh, my gosh, I beat Patrick Mahomes 3 years ago. 2 Super Bowls later, you ain't done nothing. And guess what? I don't think you're going to do much. You're not winning that division. As Baltimore's to lose. Pittsburgh might have a quick conversation to battle for second over you, but let's be honest. Nobody's checking for Cincinnati no more. Yeah, we were talking about these cheap people last summer because they're in the same situation as they were last year. You got a star who is very important to your defense, even though it was bad. All right. It was a bad defense, but take 17 and a half sacks away from it is worse. All right. So I'll let people, weigh the semantics on that. But the main point is that you got another player who's important to your franchise, your fan base, your team. You're playing with his money. You can't even get the first round pick in. He's sitting here literally. I'm listening to the young man. He wants to be on the field, wants to be with his teammates. He wants to be playing football. He said, I thought this be over. I thought I'd be playing. I thought I'd be signed. And you're crying about language? You're fussing about language in the contract? Come on, man. Do not be surprised at some point in time that is going to be in 2 or 3 years. Ja'Marr Chase is going to be fed up. He's going to ask for a trade out of here because there's going to be another injury from Joe Burrow. I hate to say it because they ain't fixed their offensive line. All right. Yeah, he's got the money, but he's going to ask for a trade up out of there. T. Higgins is probably going to get frustrated. I don't know what you got at backup quarterback, but get ready. Because we got to be frank about Joe Burrow. I'm not wishing an injury on him. No, I'm not doing that. So let's cut that out, folks. Don't be jumping in my DMs on some bullshit because I will cut you out. But secondly, I'm just saying is that look at the history of how Joe Burrow career has gone. He's pretty much only practically played about half his career being in the NFL. The other half has been wasted on injuries. I'm not making that shit up. Go look at it. That's just a fact. So if you can't keep that man upright, all that money you threw at T. Higgins and Ja'Marr Chase ain't gonna matter. Somebody answer this for me in the chat. What's the best way to neutralize a great receiver? You get after their quarterback. Put him on his ass. I don't care if you're Tom Brady, Patrick Mahomes, Aaron Rodgers, Joe Montana, Peyton Manning, Drew Brees. Hell, you can be Michael Vick. You can be the most athletic. You can be the most accurate. You can be the most cool, calm, collected quarterback in the pocket. It don't matter. If the pass rush puts you on your ass and you can't get the football to a receiver, it doesn't matter how good the receiver is. A good pass rush will neutralize any passing game, period. Beat the hell out your quarterback, neutralize your wide receiver. It works every time. Go ask Tom Brady how 2 Super Bowls escaped him. All right. Go ask Patrick Mahomes how 2 Super Bowls has escaped him. Good pass rush. It gets after that ass. Period. So if you don't learn from the same mistakes that the Bengals have been doing, all right, it's cost you a Super Bowl because you couldn't stop, couldn't even give Joe Burrow even half a second to get that pass off. Probably would have won the Super Bowl, but you didn't. All right. So it's already cost you a Super Bowl. Now it's really costing you this window on what it should be your opportunity to try to steal one of these Super Bowls away from Patrick Mahomes. Because your offensive line is still piss poor. It's going to get Burrows hurt again. I'm just being honest. When you have piss poor O-line play, You leaving the opportunity for your quarterback to get hurt. That's just common sense. But you still don't address it. But you keep shoveling money to Ja'Marr Chase, keep shoveling money to T. Higgins. Deservedly so. But you still got to fill out the rest of your roster. There's still a whole team you got to fill out. All right. How you going to do that? And now you're in dispute with two defensive players, one a rookie who just been drafted, the other one who's been your best pass rush since you signed him as a free agent and got him from New Orleans. He's been your best passer. He's been your best defender. Yeah. Come on. I think that's nuts. Read a stat about the Bengals wasting 25 million plus for not signing Chase and Higgins earlier. Yeah. Matter of fact, me and you talked about that, It's because, and I said this before, this is where I give Jeffrey Lurie and the Philadelphia Eagles and Harry Roseman their credit. They paid Devontae Smith and A.J. Brown before everybody else. They paid them before everybody else. They said, hey, A.J. Brown, you're my number one. I'm going to pay you. A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, you're my clear-cut number two, but you could probably be a number one on other teams. I'm going to pay you. And then guess what happened? Then you saw all those other wide receivers getting paid after the fact. So pretty much once the Eagles reset their wide receiver market, paid both their wide receivers, then all these other teams follow a line. Justin Jefferson got paid after A.J. Brown. Those numbers went up. Amon-Ra St. Brown got paid. There's a couple other wide receivers that got paid in that time frame. And then you add Ja'Marr Chase and T. Higgins at the end of all that. So all those wide receivers got paid before they did. And then you look at the numbers you got to pay them. You're like, well, damn, that's the market now. You waited too late. That's why you can't be sometimes it's beneficial for these teams to say, hey, you know what? Let me bite the bullet now, quote unquote, reset the market. But guess what? In 2 to 3 years, he won't even be nowhere close to the top because there's going to be other guys in his position that need to get their bread. You got to get in ahead of it. Watch the Eagles do it. They do it every year. They're smart. Every time they pay a player, for instance, they just gave Saquon an extension. It was smart. It was brilliant. And you're like, well, Mar, why is that smart? They just paid for him for free agency. But guess what? It's like, hey, it's Saquon Barkley. He's talented. We just won a Super Bowl pretty much off his back, being the focal point of our offense. Pay him now. Because then you can look at the situation where the running back market might resurge, quote unquote. And if everybody starts paying their running backs, the market goes up. But it's like, Saquon's pretty much the bar. So you're either going to get at his number or above it. But at the end of the day, he probably won't end up being the highest paid running back. And that's okay for the Eagles. They're looking at the situation where cap money makes sense for it. Saquon Barkley at his price, knowing that there's going to be other teams that got to pay their running backs, and even after Saquon. Derrick Henry just got paid in Baltimore. Got a cute little extension. So, hey, Philly's always ahead of the curve. Pay your player now so that down the line, the contract doesn't even look that big because everybody else at his position is getting paid a hell of a lot more. I just don't get it. I just don't get how the Bengals they operating like this, and they're really gonna self-sabotage their way out of that Super Bowl window that was open for a quick moment. It's closing. It might be closed already. Because ever since that Super Bowl, it's like they're not staying at that same level. They're backtracking. They're getting worse. That defense is not as good as it was. All right. And primarily on their defense because they lost players, didn't retain Jesse Bates, a great safety, probably being cheap, didn't want to pay him. He goes to Atlanta. That make more sense. I'd rather live in Atlanta than Cincinnati, Ohio. I'm just saying. Smart move, Jesse Bates. But when you look at those situations that go down like that, you're like, oh man, y'all shooting yourselves in the foot. It's a Cincinnati thing. And I don't feel bad for y'all fans because y'all was talking hell of noise and y'all living off that damn one playoff run 3 playoffs ago and 3 Super Bowls later. Y'all still ain't done nothing. Anyway, let me get off my soapbox about y'all. But let's get down to the gusto, to the main thing. Aaron Rodgers, officially a Pittsburgh Steeler. He's official now, y'all. He is official. And I know what a lot of people are going to say, blase this, blase that. You know, let's kind of take a quick listen to see how Aaron Rodgers, how he came up to this conclusion of signing with Pittsburgh. And then once we hear this clip, we'll definitely kind of go through, I don't want to say predictions, but we'll pull up the Pittsburgh Steelers schedule and we'll kind of take a look at, what they could possibly look like. But let's hear from Aaron Rodgers real quick.
I think it starts with Mike Tomlin. I mean, I've been a fan of his for a long time. There's a few iconic franchises in the NFL. I played for one of them for 18 years. This is another one of those. There's something special about, obviously, this area. So many great quarterbacks are from Pittsburgh. I feel like Pittsburgh has been a part of my career from the beginning. Playing for Mike McCarthy for 13 years, having Tom Clements or Tommy Clements, depending on how old you are, as my quarterback coach forever. Don Capers, Kevin Green, Darren Perry, Ben McAdoo, Frank Signetti, Luke Getsy. I don't want to forget anybody, but a lot of Yinzers in my life. The idea that somehow I need to or have spent most of my career playing outside of an offensive system is just not correct. So I'm going to learn the offense, and Arthur and I are going to talk a bunch this summer. And if there's things that I like that I'd like to see in the offense, Arthur, I'm sure, is going to put it in. But he knows how to call a game. I know how to get us in the right spot based on what's called. There's 2 or 3 plays called in the huddle sometimes. My job is to get us in the right play.
Okay. All right, Aaron Rodgers. It's always sounds good with you. Always starts off sounding good. But let's be honest, all right? So if Pittsburgh Steelers fans, if you need some type of what you're going to get, it's easy. Just take a look at what he did last year, all right? So the Jets under Rodgers went 5-12, all right? They were ranked 16th in passing, 31st in rushing, 25th in points. All right. So compare that to what the Pittsburgh Steelers offense did. Obviously started with Justin Fields and moved on to Russell Wilson. They were 27th in passing. All right. 11th in rushing and 16th in points. So obviously the clear-cut only thing that you're looking for Aaron Rodgers to improve is the passing offense of the Pittsburgh Steelers. Fair enough. All right. He's a quarterback. I want him to have us a better passing offense. All right. Get that. Clear as cut. Common sense. All right. Here's the problem. When you look at what he did with the Jets last year, 16th in passing, 31st in rushing. So what that says to me is that they literally tried everything to highlight Aaron Rodgers in a losing manner last year. 5-12, you're playing 0 meaningless football. None of that matters. You're playing nothing. There's nothing meaningful about that season. 5-12? Okay. Fair enough. What you did in maybe the first 3-4 weeks mattered because you're not technically eliminated, but you're 5-12. You did not have a good season. The offense was putrid at best. Don't let that 16 passing rating fool you when you playing from behind, getting your ass kicked, and playing in games that have zero meaning because your team sucks, specifically your offense. All right, let's call it a spade. That Jets team last year was strictly offensive based, just really not holding up their end of the bargain, led by Aaron Rodgers. Couldn't sustain drives. You took the ball out of a good running back's hands. Breece Hall is a good running back. Why is this guy not a 1,000-yard rusher? He should be a 1,000-yard rusher. He should have upwards to 300 carries. Breece Hall is a fantastic running back. Why is he under 1,000 yards? He's not getting enough touches. But we make sure Aaron gets his attempts. Got your attempts. 25th in points. You're not scoring enough. And don't give me this, we didn't have a defense to complement anything. No. Go look at that Jets defense. Okay. 12th in sacks, so a little bit above the average. Third in total yards. A top 5 defense in total yards. 4th against the pass, a top 5 passing defense. 17th against the run, middle of the pack. 20th in scoring. So you're not scoring much, and you're giving up just about as much as you're scoring. So about 20th on the outside of the lower tier part of scoring defense. All right. So overall, that defense really wasn't that bad. The Jets defense was actually pretty damn good. You're 5-12. I'm looking at defensive ranks. I'm looking at offensive ranks. I'm looking at a team that defense did their job. But hell, you're 20th in scoring is because they probably on the field more than anything. I could probably just think that off the top of my head without even looking at the numbers for the Jets last year offensively, and look at time of possession and where they probably rank. They probably rank at the bottom. Because when you have a defense of these rankings right here and you're 5-12, I'm looking at an offense that is wasting a Super Bowl caliber type of defense. That's what I'm looking at. Oh, let's not forget, you got Robert Saleh fired after week 5. So Pittsburgh, this is what you're going to get. You're going to get a guy that's going to potentially get your coach in the hot seat. Do not be surprised when it all falls crumbling down and you can't even get to that, that point where, oh my gosh. He said he got better towards the end of the year, and we got to look at the 2-year recovery arc for Achilles. Now, if you're talking about a year, 2 years removed from the Achilles, I'm with you on that, Omar. I'm with you on that. All right, let's see what he looks like 2 years removed from Achilles. He should move better, hopefully. But one thing I won't let slide, I get it. He did look good towards the end of the year, but it's pointless. They're already out of playoff hunt. They're not playing for anything. You're playing for stats and pride. All right. When you're playing for stats and pride at the end of the season, that means you want the contract, or you're trying to make sure you get your money on the contract. That's the only shit you're paying for at that point in time. So I get he may have looked better towards the end of the season, but damn it, the season didn't even matter. Coach is already fired. You're not going to the playoffs. You damn sure weren't going to win that division. You weren't going to have an appearance in January. What the fuck you playing for? Meaningless. That was empty calories. So the only thing that he can improve on, of course, for Pittsburgh is the passing offense. 27th. But here's Here's my thing that he's going to have to do with Arthur Smith. We know about Arthur Smith, all right? He does a lot of he's going to get his running backs involved. He's going to run the football. I don't think he'll do any of that RPO stuff with Aaron Rodgers. Not sure. Not sure if he wants to put him in that predicament to run, make that option. No, I don't think so. But here's what can work for Aaron Rodgers. When you have an 11th rushing offense, let that be your focal point. Here's how this thing can work out for Pittsburgh. Let the rest of your offense do the work and let Aaron Rodgers cherry pick. Here's one thing that Aaron Rodgers does great. He's a great play action passer. He's a great bootlegger. All right? Almost similar to the same thing that you had with Russell Wilson last year. Great bootlegger. Great play action. He's going to have to let the rushing offense be the focal point. He's going to have to. He's going to have to mentally say, hey, man, I'm not the focal point. It benefits myself and the Pittsburgh Steelers to get the running game going. Get that going. Let it be the engine. And then I can cherry pick my plays off of that, and then I can boom, 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 boom. Because guess what? Your defense is going to keep you in some games. You're going to a Pittsburgh Steelers who had the 8th scoring defense in the league. So guess what they're going to do? They're going to keep you in some games. This is literally the year that you can tell if Aaron Rodgers is either completely washed or he's just falling off. This is going to be the telling year for me. It is. Because if he can't succeed with literally an offense that's going to be tailored to some of his best attributes, which is a bootleg and a play action, I don't know what to tell you. Because what he did in New York, he can't do that here in Pittsburgh and turn it into a pass-happy offense. Then you'll fuck around and you'll be 5-12, and they're going to look at Mike Tomlin and they're going to say, hey, man, yeah, man, all those, years you've been staying over 500, it's been cool and all, but it gave us nothing, all right? I get it. You got one Super Bowl, but damn it, that was almost damn near 15, 16 years ago. Thank you for your service, Mike Tomlin. And I get it. A lot of people don't think that can happen. I think it's a possibility. I think it's a real possibility. If Aaron Rodgers does what he did in New York and brings that to Pittsburgh, hey, he says, he's saying the right things now, but hey, proof is always in the pudding. I know him better. I'm just being real. The man got Mike McCarthy fired. All right. Green Bay got smart and said, hey, man, we just going to go ahead and get you a replacement. We're going to get you up out of here. He goes to New York. I get it. He has an injury, but 5 games in, gets his coach fired. The defense wasn't the problem in the Jets. The defense, more times than not, is not the problem with Pittsburgh. All right? Obviously, the only thing that they really had a problem with was stopping against the pass last year. Obviously, but you can fix that. You definitely got the pass rushers. So, well, let's take a look at matter of fact, it says, but I think Steelers make the playoffs. Well, let's take a look at their schedule. Let's kind of take a quick glimpse at it. And, kind of see where everybody's head is at on where you possibly think the Steelers can do. All right, let me get myself out the screen. So, obviously, week 1. Hey, man, they're kicking it off at New York. I'm chalking that up as a loss. You don't think the Jets are going to be up for that one? Yeah, they're gonna be on Aaron Rodgers' head. All right, that defense knows how to get after Aaron Rodgers. They practice against him. I'm going towards the Jets to get that one. And if I'm Justin Fields, I'm definitely showing up and showing out for that one. Definitely showing up and showing out for that one. So I got them right now 0-1. They get the home game against Seattle. Tough team. Unfortunately, I'm not sold on Sam Darnold going to Seattle. I don't know. Look, I like Sam Darnold at Kyle Shanahan, and I like what he did with Kevin O'Connell in Minnesota. So basically what I'm saying is Sam Darnold looks good with good coaching, good offensive coaching, I should say. And when he doesn't get that a la Adam Gase, he looks like Sam Darnold. All right. So, but home game, home opener, I'm rocking with the Pittsburgh Steelers on that. Week 3, Pittsburgh goes to New England. I'm going to go with the Pittsburgh Steelers. So I got them going 2-1. But mark my words, I don't think that'll be a cakewalk. Just Vrabel. He might bring a little something spunk to them. I think the Patriots are going to be a spunky team. I still don't think they're going to be good because they don't have no offense to be fright about. But yeah. So 2-1 so far going into week 4. Home game against Minnesota. Obviously, I don't know much about J.J. McCarthy. Well, nobody does in the NFL or what he can do in that level. So that'll be a first for a lot of people seeing what he does. And, you know, I trust Kevin O'Connell. If you get the best out of Sam Darnold, you know, he might get something out of J.J. McCarthy that we might not know. We'll see. Hopefully by week 4, we'll probably have an idea of what J.J. McCarthy is. But I'm actually going to go Pittsburgh right here. So they're going to go into their bye, 3-1. Early bye for them. Watch out for those teams that got early buys. They might, go limping into the finish line. So be careful. Be wary of that. Early buys are crazy. Right here, week 6, they got Cleveland right there. It says W revenge game, W Seattle early travel. W Patsy's always suck. W over McCarthy rookie. Okay, so you got him 4-0 into the bye. I got him 3-1. Not bad. Okay, not too shabby. But they pick up this dub right here against Cleveland home game. So I got them 4-1. Right here, shootout. This is about to be a shootout. And if that's the case, give me Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, Joe Burrows. Shootout right here. So that makes them 4-2. He gets his old team, week 8, Packers. I'm not sure what the Packers are going to be. First, you got to figure out what are they going to be able to do on defense and what is going to be their identity on offense. I know they want to move the ball and they keep adding wide receivers. But Jordan Love, like I said the other day, he got to stop being a numbskull, stop being a bonehead. Just take what the defense gives you. But I got them winning that right there. So what's that? I got them 1-1, 2-1, 3-1, 4-1, 4-2. Okay, so 5-2 week 8 against Green Bay. I'm gonna go ahead and give them that dub week 9 against the Colts. So that's 6-2. Week 10 going into LA. Man. You know what? It's going to be very loud in there for Pittsburgh. All right. I'm going to give them that dub. So I got them going, what's that? 7-2. 7-2 so far. Going into week 11. You get Cincinnati at home. I'm going to go ahead and give them that benefit of the doubt of being at home. 8-2. Chicago Bears, 9-2. Uh-oh. All right, week 13, it gets real jiggy. So I got them at 9-2 right now. There's loss right there. Buffalo, 9-3. 9-4. There's a loss right there. All right, 10 wins. Okay, 10-4. All right. 10-5. 11. 11-6. Wow. Just off of glancing. Wow. Huh. That's an interesting schedule right there for the Pittsburgh Steelers. I'll be honest. If all you had to do is just really just placate to just Aaron Rodgers, just, you know, play action and bootleg, looking at this schedule is pretty manageable. That's pretty manageable. I don't know about y'all. I think that's a manageable schedule. So I don't know, y'all. What y'all think? 11-6, too crazy for Pittsburgh Steelers with Aaron Rodgers at the helm. Looking at that schedule off of just first glance, that's the first time I looked at the Steelers schedule, and so we just went through it together and just looking at what some of those teams have done and what Pittsburgh has done. 11-6. Huh. What's your final win-loss record you got right there, Omar? I got them at 11-6. I just, like I said, first glance, never looked at the Pittsburgh Steelers schedule. I'm just kind of just, you know, yeah, 11-6, yeah. So that's definitely a trip to the playoffs. That can be a wild card. That can put you in the conversation of your Baltimore, Cincinnati's, Kansas City's, Buffalo's. I'm sorry, not Cincinnati's. Buffalo, Baltimore, Kansas City, Houston. Probably put them in that conversation right there. That's a favorable schedule. So if we're being honest with ourselves and what you can possibly get with Aaron Rodgers by just him just falling into just, you know, a run first predicated offense with Arthur Smith in that schedule, they should be around 11-6. If he can't get that, he's washed and he needs to hang it up. Yeah. Yes. Game manager. That's it. If he gives you 28 to 30 touchdowns, under 12, 11 interceptions, manageable. Just saying. This is all on Aaron Rodgers this year. If he can't improve a 27th passing offense, don't mess with the rushing because they're 11th last year. You can probably improve a little bit on the points. They were 16th, but they were 25th. The Jets were with you. So it's not like you got to fix much. You ain't got to fix much. Manage it. And you might mess around and find yourself in playoffs. Just saying. This is on Aaron Rodgers. If they fail, I would look at him first at the end of the year and be like, what the hell did you do? Why couldn't you have, looking at this schedule? Just saying. They got some little love on that schedule right there. But all right, y'all, I'm gonna get up out of here, man. I appreciate y'all, man. I appreciate y'all sticking with your boy. I know I got a late start tonight, but I got occupied, got busy with some other things, but I wanted to make sure that I put a show out because normally on Tuesdays, Randy is here, but he couldn't make it. So shout out to my guy, Randy. He had to, deal with some, personal things. So he was not able to make it tonight. Hopefully he makes it tomorrow. I already talked to him. We could possibly be in the house tomorrow. And obviously with tomorrow, we'll definitely talk some NBA finals because we'll have game 3 tomorrow for sure. But hey, man, again, I appreciate y'all. Love y'all. Appreciate the support. Make sure you like, share, subscribe. You know what I'm saying? Hit that bell notification, let you know every time that we go live right here on I.O.W Sports Network. And of course, you want to top it up me personally, just going over to my Twitter page, KC Wildcard, where I post all the content that I got going on. Until then, I will see y'all asses tomorrow. You feel me? All right. Love y'all. Peace and love. Take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. Holla at y'all.
Yeah. Solid Hill TDS, what's up? Yeah, come on. Yeah. I.O.W. Sports Network, late night edition. Let's go. Come on.
We about to raise the bar. Wild card mar. Everybody grab a seat, cause you know we about to spark. Late night sports talk. Modelo, let's go. Man, you don't wanna start. Wild card mar.